if you are like me, then you have way too many books on your physical TBR that you have not read yet. And if you have been watching my channel for more than a week, then you're probably curious about how many books are on my physical TBR at this very moment. Allow me to expose that information. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hi, my name is Liz, and in today's video, as I just previously discussed, I am going to be going through my entire physical TBR with you guys. Yikes! And I'm going to be sharing with you my actual number of how many books I own on my physical TBR that I have not read yet. Now, my goal with this video, I actually have a couple goals with this video, is one, to fully understand how many books I currently own that I haven't read yet. Because if I have this information, I feel personally it will help me rein in my book buying urges. It'll be an eye-opening experience for me as well to just kind of be like, whoa, pump the brakes. You got plenty of books at home, which I always know, I'm aware I have too many books that I have not read yet. However, as a reader, especially as a mood reader like myself, I like to have lots of options so that way when the mood strikes, I have all of the types of books that I could possibly want to satisfy that moment in time. I like having a lot of options. I like having a lot of books on my physical TBR just so that way I can go through and figure out what books I'm in the mood for, especially when I'm going through and creating my seasonal TBRs. That's fun for me. I like going through my books and picking out the perfect books that fit whatever season we're in, whatever the mood is. I personally love that. So I'm not like upset that I have so many books on my TBR, but I do think I need to chill out a little bit. Another reason why I wanted to do this video is because sometimes with having such large quantities of books, some books can get hidden and you don't know that you own a specific book or you forget about it. If I'm forced to go through all my physical TBR, I will now kind of have a good understanding of what books I own, so that way I don't know, don't forget any of the titles that I have received or bought previously, because I don't want any of my books to go to waste. I did just do a video last week where I was going around to all these little free libraries. I unhauled some books, added them in all around town, mainly because I knew I was going to be going into this video and I was kind of scared. I just know, especially with my reading tastes changing and evolving, I was never going to get to those books. So I'm happy to give them to a different owner with this video. Hopefully I now can appreciate the books I do have and I can actually give them the time of day. That is kind of the whole point. I know that was me over explaining a lot of what we're doing today, but I'm going to go through and just share. I'm not going to go through every single title with you guys because that will take way too long, but I will explain my reasoning for the way I organize things. Also, I'm really excited for fall, so I feel like I need to go through, and I already kind of have a good idea of what's going to be on my fall TBR, but this will be good just going into a new season and like being aware of everything I own. I don't know. I'm trying to like rationalize why I'm doing this video. I don't know if you guys actually care, but if you do, stick around. You'll get to see exactly how many books I currently own physically. Without further ado, let's get going. First, I feel like we need to count. We'll see. I feel like this video is going to be all over the place. It's fine. Okay. First up, we have this little tray that I sit at the end of my bed. And on here, usually I'll do like, if I'm doing a reading vlog or if there's like a series I'm in the middle of reading, I'll put a stack there. And then over here is all my cat related books, because whenever I eventually have a bigger bookshelf, I do want to have a shelf dedicated to all my cat books in honor of Milo Murphy, because I'm just like that. We're at 5. Some of these I actually have read. Now, underneath my TV, these are all the books that I've already read this month. And then behind it are all my Lumacrate books, like special edition books. And then on top is if I have a book for book club, or also right here is like book club books. Just so that way they're like in my face and it forces me to read them. 20. 27. This little stack right here, these are all series also that I have not read yet. And I put them here because they're really tall stacks and it's perfect for my cat camera. 34. I've actually read a couple of these. We're at 56. We're at 78. 100. We're at 133. 158. Are we ready for the final count? 202 books. That's pretty bad, not gonna lie. That's actually way more than I expected. I knew I was over 100. I was hoping it'd be like maybe 150 to over 200 books. Okay, everything's fine. I'm fine. I'm totally great. Now, the way I can justify this, okay, I did not purchase every single book on the shelf. Some of them are gifts. A lot of them, especially on this shelf over here, this is my ARC shelf, and it's like some like overflow TBR cart stuff. I did not pay for any of the ARCs, which I counted in my count. So if we subtract those numbers, 55 of those 202 books are ARCs that I did not pay for. That makes me feel better. Also, I do have a handful of books on here that are damaged that I also got for free. Those don't count either. So really, if I think about it, I was right. If I think in my brain, like the amount of books I have personally gone out and spent money on, then yeah, it's like a little less than 150. So like I actually was kind of right. I just did not account for all of the books that I have received that make that number big. So the way I currently have this shelf, like I said, this is my ARC shelf with some like overflow TBR stuff. The whole top, these are like my priority ARCs that I want to get to quickly. This whole shelf is also ARCs, but not as high of a priority. This middle shelf right here, this is overflow TBR that is going to be like further out, like winter TBR, possibly next year, spring, summer TBR type stuff that I know I'm not going to get to. If it's not fall or like my current TBR now, it's over here. And then the bottom shelf is also some more non-priority TBR. A lot of those, some of those are ARCs, but some of them are also damaged copies that I got for free. So that's why they're over here now. But I do grab from this shelf. Like whenever I am pulling from my TBR cart, I will occasionally come over here and look at what's on the shelf and grab from here as well. Some of the ARCs that are really high on my radar. We have Susan Dennard's newest book, which is coming out, I want to say next month or end of this month. I kind of want to read this after I finish my summer TBR because this looks like the perfect fall book, or like getting into transitioning into fall. Another one is another fall book as well, The Bell Witches. This actually just came out like a week or two ago, but I'm really excited to read this as well. These two will probably be read in September. Another one is Trisha Levenseller's next book, What Fury Brings. This one I kind of want to read late fall going into winter, so that's why I have it sitting there. Another one is Amanda Foody and C.L. Herman's new book. They wrote All of Us Villains, which is a YA fantasy duology, and the next one is A Fate So Cold. This one also I think will be like going into winter. And then Alchemy of Secrets, which is Stephanie Garber's newest book that is coming out, I think beginning of October. I am so excited to read this. So this is another one that will be read this fall. But those 5 ARCs are the ones that I'm like really anxious to get to sometime soon, but I just want to make sure that I'm in the right mood and headspace before reading them because I want to have like all the vibes when I'm reading them. And these are some other ones. Some of these are books that I have like the actual special editions of. So like Theory of Dreaming, which is the second book after Studying and Drowning. I did buy the Sprayed Edge edition, but I still have the ARC, which I'll read the ARC whenever it's time to read it. And then I'll probably give it away to somebody after I finish it because I have the special edition version. Another one is Firebird. I also own the special edition version of this. Lots of really exciting ones. I actually just got this one a week ago, which is another one I'm actually really excited about, and that is called Family Drama by Rebecca Fallon. I've actually never heard of this author before. I'm really curious to see if this is a debut or not. It's about 2 twin sisters, I think. Their mom was a soap opera star. She passed away, and they're both trying to figure out her life, what it looked like before she had them, and it sounds like she was like living 2 different lives, and they're kind of piecing that all together. So that's another one that I'm actually really excited to read. And then some other books that are on here that are like further out TBR, some books like The Merry Matchmaker, which is clearly a Christmassy book, or I have Frederick Bachman's Us Against You, the second book after Beartown, another book I'm gonna read this winter. The Crash by Frida McFadden, which takes place during a blizzard, so once again, a book I want to read in the winter. And some other books that aren't necessarily wintry, but I just feel like I'm not ready to read them just yet, and that is why they are over here. Moving on to my TBR cart. So right now I am currently reading a book on my summer TBR, but I only have 3 books left on my summer TBR, which are right here. So I have My Friends by Frederick Bachman, The Book Swap by Tessa Vickers, and Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. Those 3 are the last ones on my summer TBR, and I'm so excited to finally finish my summer TBR and then move on to my fall books. Some other ones that are up here are also books that just scream summer to me. So like if I'm still wanting another summer book even after my summer TBR is over, I have these as options. So like The Wedding People or The Compound, like these are books that just also scream summer to me, so I want to have them nearby and on here. One Golden Summer, we have Made for Each Other, we have Till Summer Do Us Part or The Shape of Water. These are also books that I feel like would be great for the summer, and eventually I will read them, just maybe not right now. And then on the back half of this, I actually have my 25 books of 2025 that are just sitting there ready to be read. So some of those books is Starter Villain, we have Rachel Weisz's Group Chat, we have A Tribute of Fire, Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow, Vox, The Push, The Unmaking of June Farrow. We also have the 3 books, Daughter of No Worlds, that whole trilogy right here as well. I have the second and third book after Poppy War sitting here because my coworker is trying to convince me to read those sometime soon, so that's why I have those sitting there. And that is the whole top of the cart. And then down below, I don't want to share too much of what's down below because that is my fall TBR, which will be a video in and of itself. But some of them are leftover from last year, but a lot of them are brand new for this year, so I'm really excited to get into those books. And that's pretty much the entire second shelf is my fall TBR at the moment, just because I am so excited and I had to get those ready on my cart. And then down at the very bottom, these are continuations of series. So I feel like I've told you guys that before, but just second, third books, or just like a whole series if it's one I haven't even started yet, like a completed one. I try to put them down here. Currently don't have a lot of space down here, even though I have other books that are continuations of series that had just released recently. So don't quite know where to put those just yet. That is what the TBR cart is currently looking like. And that is my entire physical TBR. I could go through every single book individually, but I feel like that's just gonna take way too long. I try to highlight some, but I don't want to give away everything because like I said, fall TBR is coming up soon. You guys will see that video and get to see all the books that I want to read this fall. But I did want to share some of the highlights and some of the things that I'm really, really excited to read eventually. That is going to be it for today's video. 202 books. That's insane. I need to chill out. I will say I've pre-ordered some books, but I feel like that's okay. If I'm not actively going out book shopping, then I feel pretty proud of myself because I've got some self-control there. But the next time I buy a book, I need to really shame myself a little bit, unless it's one like I'm about to read like immediately. Nothing else can go on these shelves. Like there's no room. I need a new bookshelf, I will say that, but that's dangerous as well because as soon as I get a new bookshelf and rearrange and stuff, all bets are off. I'm gonna start filling it and I'm gonna say, oh, I have space to fill, and then I'm gonna want more books. Life is hard when you're a reader. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was entertaining for you or eye-opening, and maybe it is going to influence you to go and look at your physical TBR before you go out and buy new books, because this is honestly helping me so much to kind of just sit and like reflect on what I already own, and hopefully then I can give those books the time of day because they need the time of day. They deserve the time of day. Like I said, we do have some exciting videos coming up, especially going into a new season. I'm so excited. I am going to be decorating on September 1st. I'm going to decorate my entire room for fall. I'm gonna get my fall TBR brought up on my cart. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Happy reading. Bye.